Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Come on in, have a seat. Come on in. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. We're excited to have you all here for this afternoon's service, which will be led by that young man sitting right. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay. Applause is not necessary, but later. Noah's here to lead us in worship this afternoon as a symbol of the stage he has reached in his life. He's been working very hard for today. In order for him to accomplish what he needs to do, he needs all of your participation. Are you ready to do that? Great. So we need your voices to accompany his. So in order to help you with that, you have this book sitting in front of you, unless you're in the front row, and then you probably have it right there. Our prayer book, in which you'll find prayers in Hebrew and interpretive readings, and prayers in transliteration as well. So if your Hebrew is a little rusty, you can still read along with us in transliteration. And we hope you'll take advantage of that opportunity. Your voices add to the beauty and sanctity of our worship together. So we hope whenever you have the opportunity, you will join with Noah in reading along in our Siddur. I'd like to ask one other favor of you as well, just before we begin. If you have a cell phone, I don't know why I say that. If you have I should probably say who doesn't have a cell phone? If you could please make sure your cell phone is turned off to silent. We'd be very much appreciative of that, so we won't be interrupted by your ringtone.
As we join together, we'll be doing a lot of singing together today, and I'll invite you to raise your voice in song along with mine. In Judaism, all of our prayers are meant to be elevated through singing, through music, and it's a way of enhancing the mitzvah, making the mitzvah even more beautiful when we join together, when our voices are as one. We begin with Ashrei.
Page 220.
Ashrei yoshvei betecha, od yehalelu chasela. Ashrei yoshvei betecha, od yehalelu chasela. Ashrei.
Turn in your prayer books to page 170.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. As I wrap myself in the talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen.
Amen. So now, in preparation for today, you've taken on some extra special mitzvot, and to say a word about that and present you with something you've earned by what you've done in preparation for this day, I want to invite up our Rabbi Emeritus, Rabbi Feinstein, who has a special presentation for you.
Noah, we're very proud that you've extended the amount of mitzvot that you have performed, not just from being here on the pulpit or from being in the classroom, but outside and in the community, from helping others in numerous ways, from caring for your grandparents, celebrating with your cousins as they got married, from dealing with loss where you consoled people. But you also did something that's very connected to this holiday, and that is that Sukkot is a holiday where we think especially about caring for others. We have this fragile sukkah, we fill it with food. You took food and you cared for those in need as well. So I hope this is a symbol of just the beginning of the mitzvot that you will perform throughout your life, and that these are just examples for you of the path ahead. We extend you a hearty mazel tov on receiving your golden kippah, and may it continue shining throughout your life.
And we want to invite your parents to come forward who have some words to share with you as well.
What, are we doing the speech now?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Noah. Wait. You want to start with? Noah. Look at all these people for you here. Hello. Mom and I prepared 13 commandments, but we discounted, we did 10. Okay? So Mom is going to read it. I made it. I wrote everything. She's going to read it to you.
He's lying.
She's going to read it to you, okay?
These are the commandments that we came up with that we believe if you follow, you will have a healthy, happy, prosperous life. And we thought that it was appropriate since it's Sukkot and you're talking about the commandments. Commandment number 1, Noah. Thou shalt honor yourself first and then your family and your loved ones. You always have so much passion for people and you have so much love inside of you. And I just hope that you always know that people love you as much as you love them.
Oh, good job, Mom. I wrote that.
Commandment number 2, thou shalt not commit any mischief or wrongdoing. Meaning stealing people's hearts.
like you did the first moment that I saw you when you were born, Noah. I look at your eyes were closed, but yeah, I fell in love with you.
Me too. Commandment number 3. Thou shalt
gonna be
always
long.
try to always be yourself. Because don't ever be afraid to take chances. I know that your schedule is so hectic with work, with
School,
with school,
soccer,
music, everything.
friends,
And you handle everything so wonderfully.
skateboarding.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Commandment number 4. This is a very important commandment, Noah. Thou shalt never second guess your parents.
Never second guess your mama.
Noah, you're such a strong, opinionated man. You've always known what you want, and more importantly, what you don't want. And you always ask the question, why, Mom, why?
That is your fault.
I love that
my
about
fault.
you. I hope that you're always inquisitive and you always try to be yourself and don't ever give in to peer pressure. Commandment number 5. You want to read one?
No, go ahead.
Thou shalt always balance work with play. And your dad's going to tell you a little bit about what balance means. What if we're talking about balance?
Yes, like a balance, not like playing video games and texting your friend at the same time. Or skateboarding with your cell phone, okay? FaceTiming and texting, okay? Doing your homework and your FaceTime is on, all of that.
Every night.
Back to you.
Commandment number 6. Thou shalt be happy always, and always try to make other people happy. And you always do that because your heart is so big. You always think about other people first, and you share your beautiful Noah magic upon everybody that's here today. Commandment number 7. Thou shalt always keep your charisma to always bring people together. Look at you, Noah. You've brought all these people together and more are coming, all because of you. Because you love people.
People love you back.
Exactly.
Good job, Noah.
Commandment number 8. Thou shalt never forget your family and friends and people who love you. No matter how rich and famous you get, especially the ones that came tonight.
Good job, Noah.
Commandment number 9. Thou shalt always try to be the best person that you can be. I don't want you to be anybody else. We're not competing with anybody else. Just you. I want you to be the best version of Noah. The best student, the best soccer player.
Yeah. And talking about Noah, when Edna said, we didn't have a name for you, and she said Noah. And I said, I like it. And the first thing that came into my mind when she said Noah, it was Noah's Ark, right? And I said, I like Noah. And I'm seeing you, I'm watching you every day. Sometimes you are a little nagging and sometimes, teenager. But I see when somebody needs you, you are there. When I really need you, when mom really needs you, you're always there. And, Noah's Ark, when the world needed someone, that was Noah. And he said, I can see that if you need to save one person, 2 people, your family, the world, you will be there for everybody. I love you.
And last but not least, commandment number 10. Thou shalt remember commandment 1 through 9.
And if you get lost in all of these commandments, only go back to the number 4. Don't always listen to your mama, okay? That's the only thing you need to know. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask again, in case perhaps people didn't hear Rabbi, in honor of the Shabbat, Lichvod HaShabbat, we're going to ask you to please not use cell phones inside of the sanctuary. If you need to use them, we'll ask you to please exit the sanctuary. Thank you.
If you'll turn, in your prayer books now to page 226. By the way, Noah, there's only 603 more of those mitzvot for later. If you'll turn to page 226, and we'll rise, we join together for the tefillah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei HaKol Vesoher Hasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi'u Lav Livnei Nechem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechakel Hayim Bechesed Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Somech Noflim Verochei Lolim Umatir Asurim Umechayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memid Umechayem Umat Mia Geshua B'leman Ata Lecha Hayot HaKol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayei HaKol.
Page 232.
Vekadesh et shemcha ba'olam, keshem shemakdishim אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאי
Please be seated. You'll turn to your prayer books to page 235.
For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and hands, we give praise. For the peace in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For the gift of Shabbat, which renews us for life, we offer blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Page 237.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near to life, to peace and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess, and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near in life, in peace, and in joy.
Baruch atah Adonai she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 239.
For the gift of our souls, for the promise of our lives, for all we are and all we might yet become, for the creative seeds sown within our minds, whose nurturing can yield a grand harvest. For all these gifts, we thank you, O God, and pray that we prove ourselves worthy.
May our lives be ripe with the fruit of compassion, sweetly substantiating those in need. May we use our gift wisely and with love, true messengers of blessing to the world.
On page 240, we turn to our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Baruch atah Adonai hamevarich et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
This moment offers us the opportunity not only to join together in the words of our prayer book, but to have a moment for our own personal prayers, and to invite you to take a moment now for Tfilat Halev, for the prayers and meditations of your own hearts. Rabbi Feinstein mentioned in his words to Noah that we are in the midst of the festival of Sukkot. As many of you know, you drove past our sukkah as you came into the parking lot this afternoon. Sukkot is how we end the High Holy Days. It is the festival with which the High Holy Days end. We will end actually tomorrow night and Monday as we celebrate Simchat Torah, which brings the High Holy Days to the end. And because we are in the midst of the High Holy Days, rather than proceeding in our regular way through portion after portion of the Torah, we go back to read a particular portion of the Torah that is fitting for this moment, for the celebration of Sukkot. We go back to the book of Exodus, to the Israelites standing at the foot of Mount Sinai, and a particular incident of which you are all most familiar. You will become familiar when Noah tells you more about it. The Torah portion as well talks about the celebration of the Shalosh Regalim, the three pilgrimage festivals of Sukkot and Passover and Shavuot, when the people would come to Jerusalem to bring the fruits of their harvest to the temple. And indeed, what we are celebrating today is, in essence, the fruits of Noah's harvest, the first fruits of his harvest, the hard work that he has done in preparing for this day, and the words of Torah that he will share with us in just a moment. And so I'm going to invite you to turn in your prayer books to page 249 as we turn to the service for the reading of the Torah. And we'd like to invite to open the ark for us Raquel Rodef and Tessie Homayan. And as they come forward to open the ark, we'll ask that you please all rise.
על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים בעולם העולמים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים בעולם העולמים.
Stand right there. All right, here we go. You guys come stand right here. Stand right next to. Noah's going to stand here next to Mom and Dad. You guys stand right next to, right here. Look at this line of your family. Generations of your family that are standing here with you to celebrate this moment. You are here to receive Torah, to really make it yours today, Noah, to take Torah on your shoulders in this moment, but to take it into your heart as well. That is a process that doesn't happen today. You have been working on that as you have prepared for this day. Really, the process of becoming bar mitzvah is much of what has happened over these last many months as you have prepared for this moment and thought about this moment and what it means to you and all that you're going to share with us. You've had the opportunity to do that because of the generations of your family here in front of you who have passed Torah one after another to the others so that you could be here to receive Torah from them. As a matter of fact, we could imagine your family extending beyond here and all the way back to Sinai, each passing Torah one after another so that you could be here at this exact moment. And so you will take Torah from all of them, carry it forward in your life, and we pray someday pass it along to a new generation as well. So we pass Torah to you now, Lador Vador, from generation to generation as it has come to be yours today.
לדור ודור,
Baruch, Shenatan, Torah, Lamo, Yisrael, Biktu Shato.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadelul Adonai iti, unerom emal Shemo yachdav, Lecha Adonai hagedula, v'hagevura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach v'ha'od. Ki hol b'shamayim uba'aretz, ki hol b'shamayim uba'aretz. Lecha Adonai amar lecha, v'yamit na'aseh lechol lerosh. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו.
I'd like to invite Gabriel, Hamayan, and Giovanni forward to take the ordinance off the table.
כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
All right, well, let me take it off. Somebody take it off.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו להר קודשו.
Thanks, guys. Please be seated. You guys can be seated. All right. Thank you. Yeah, you can have a seat. As we prepare here, I'll invite you to turn to your Torah commentary, the other big blue book you have there in front of you, to page 592, where you will find this afternoon's Torah portion.
My Torah portion is about the time when Moses went up the mountain to talk to God and get the tablets from God. After Moses comes back down from the mountain and he sees the statue of the golden calf and that the people were worshiping the calf instead of God, Moses gets upset and breaks the tablets and shatters them on the mountain. Moses then goes back up and gets the new tablets, and then he asks God, "You asked me to lead all these people for you, but how do I know that you are real?" he asks God. God tells Moses, "You have to feel me around you." I feel God all around me, in every place I see and everything I touch. Every feeling I feel during the day and night, and much more. When I wake up in the morning, I thank God that I am healthy and I am alive. During the day when I smile and laugh, I know that my happiness comes from how thankful I am with all that God has given me. We may not be able to see God, but each of us see God in our own unique way. I personally feel God the most as a spirit in my body that tells me when I'm right and wrong. As a Jew, I evidence God all around me by remembering to care for others, to stay active and healthy by putting the initiative, showing up, and most importantly, working hard to be a success. All of these goals are what we as Jews feel what we have to excel at. It also means to remember the past, the suffering of past Jews, and caring for others. We don't give up and never will. No matter what the fight, we still all stay together as a community and as one. My Torah portion was special because I don't want to take things for granted. I want to learn to be more grateful for whatever I have and not dwell on what I don't. My Torah portion also talks about the holidays of Sukkot. What I've learned is that Sukkot is an amazing holiday which lasts 7 days. It is a time when we thank God for being all around us. This holiday really makes us feel good to be a Jew. It's a holiday which emphasizes on getting together with my loved ones and being thankful while at the table sharing a delicious meal together. Sukkot is about giving thanks to all the variety of fruits and vegetables that give us the amazing meals we eat. Sukkot is about family coming together and bonding together in our warm places we call home. In this time, we can share memories and make new memories by being together and having a good time. When you are with people that you love and feel comfortable with, you feel love and at home. You feel special, and when things aren't perfect in your life, you still know that you will be all right no matter what, because you have your loved ones to be with you by your side. And most importantly, above all, that you have love.
Amen. For our first Aliyah, to bless the Torah, for our first Aliyah, we'd like to invite to join us on the Bima, Sarah and Habib Partiali, and Joseph and Farzaneh Homayan. First Aliyah. Oh, you're here.
Humayun. And Firuz, Humayun, could you come up as well?
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בהרבנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Vayomer Moshe El Adonai Re'eh Ata Omer Elai Ha'al Et Ha'am Hazech Ve'ata Lo Hodatani Et Asher Tishlach Imin Ve'ata Amarta Yedaticha V'Shem Ve'gam Matata Chein Beinai Ve'ata Imnai Matzati Chein Beinecha Hodieni Na Et Rachecha Vedacha Lema'an Amsachein Beinecha Ure'eh Ki Amecha Hagoy Hazech Vayomar Panai Elechu Vahani Hotilah
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. For our second Aliyah, Farai Bors, Rita, Ryan, Megan, and Raquel Rodef.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם מלך העולם.
אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
ויאמר אליו, אם אין פניך חוהים, אל תעלנו מזך, ובמה יוודע אפוא, כי מצאתי חן בעיניך, אני ועמך, הלא בלכתך עמנו, ונפלינו אני ועמך, מכל העם אשר על פני האדמה. ויאמר אדוני אל משה, גם את הדבר הזה אשר דיברת אעשה, כי מצאת חן בעיני ודעך בשם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
And for our third aliyah, Raul, Edna, Giovanni, and Giselle Ferrero. Yeah. Here. Not yet. Go ahead.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן. ויאמר הראיני נא את כבודך. ויאמר אני אעביר כל טובי אל פניך, וקראתי בשם אדוני לפניך, וחנותי את אשר אחון, וריחמתי את אשר ארחם. ויאמר לא תוכל לראות את פניי, כי לא יראני האדם וחי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בבטחנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
While we have the Torah open, I invite you to turn to the pamphlet you received as you entered the sanctuary. On the inside, third fold, you will find wait.
Not there? Did they not put it on there?
It's not on there. Never mind. It isn't on here. But we are going to join together in a blessing, praying for those in need of healing, offering a prayer for those suffering illness of body or mind or spirit, that they might find a full and complete healing, a refuah shlema. And as we join together in this prayer, I would invite you, if you would like to call out the names of those who you were holding in your heart, those for whom you are praying for their healing, to please call out their name as I look your way.
Sandy Levy, Rick Mills, Rabbi Morley Feinstein.
anyone sitting here in the sanctuary at the moment that hasn't been up close to a Torah before? Wonders what it is that Noah's been doing up here? If so, we'd like to invite you to come forward to just take a look at the Torah for a minute while I tell you a little bit about it. If not, yes, brave men. Oh, look at that. Okay. Is this the soccer team?
I'm Christian, so
It's okay.
it's beautiful.
So let me tell you a little bit about this, you and all of you as well. The Torah is an organic document. Everything about it comes from creation, from God's creation. So we have wood, of course, which comes from a tree. Parchment, which comes from the skin of a kosher animal. And the inks are made by all natural elements as well. As a matter of fact, has a little bit of honey in it, so it sticks to the page a little bit. Don't taste it, though. Yeah, no, okay. So what you see here, of course, is a bunch of Hebrew letters, right? You've been looking at them in the prayer book as well. But a little bit different, because what we have here is, if you look closely, you'll see that there's some things missing. There's no punctuation, no periods, no commas, no semicolons, nothing like that. And there's some markings that are in your prayer book that aren't here as well. Those are vowels, so there's no vowels either. So imagine trying to read a book in English that has no punctuation, no vowels, just a bunch of consonants. You think you could read it?
Probably.
Well, actually, you probably could if it was words that you were familiar with. Sometimes it would depend on the context. Like you might run across consonants STR, and you wouldn't know whether that was stare or store or story or something like that. And it would all depend on what other words were around it, so you could figure out what those words were. And sometimes you might run across a sentence where you would go, well, the period could go here, or the period could go there. And if I put the period in one place, it means one thing. And if I put the period somewhere else, it means something else. So it's a tricky business to understand and to read Torah, something that Noah has been working very hard on for the last many months as he has prepared for this day. And now standing up here and looking at this and seeing this beautiful Torah, you get a little bit of a sense of the work that it takes to learn how to do this. Crazy, indeed, it is. Crazy, Noah, wherever he is. So, while you guys thank you for coming up and taking a little glance at the Torah with us and letting me tell you a little bit about it. As you make your ways now back to your seats, we're going to invite Noah to come up to read his last aliyah. Thank you. Thanks for coming up. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Sorry. Ya'amod, 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 Noach ben Shaul ve'Edna bar hamitzvah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai, hine makom iti, v'nitzavta al hatzur, v'chaya ba'avor kivodi, v'samticha b'nikrad hatzur, v'sakoticha pi, alecha ad ovri, v'sakoticha pi, v'ra'ita et achorai, ufanai lo yera'u. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Back in your prayer books on page 252, we lift the Torah and redress it. So to lift the Torah for us, we're going to invite Giovanni to come forward, and to redress the Torah for us, Ryan and Megan Rodef. And as we lift the Torah, we ask that you also please rise.
Remember knees all the way down. Okay, ready? Go.
Lift it up over here.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. לי 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 other way.
We'd like to invite, at this time, we'd like to invite Susan Weider to come forward, a member of our board, to make a couple of presentations to Noah.
Noah, you did a wonderful job, and I know your family is very proud, and I know the clergy is very proud because they've been working with you. But what you might not realize is that your synagogue family, all the members, are also proud of you. Even though they're not here, they're all aware of what you're doing tonight. They read about you in the torch, they saw what your Mitzvah project was, and they also know what you did to prepare to get here. And everybody is proud, and I'm here to tell you that since they all can't be here. We do have some gifts for you, but where are they? What I do want to say is that we hope that you don't take tonight as the end of your education here, but that you remain an active part of our synagogue family. First, I have your certificate. It's official now. You are bar mitzvahed. There you go. You want to hold it up. And we have this book. It's called Israel Matters, and we hope that you read it. And I'm not sure if you've been to Israel yet, but we also have from Nifty a $250 certificate towards a Nifty trip to Israel if you choose to go with Nifty. And we hope that you do go to Israel. And we just want you to know that our synagogue family is here for you and is very, very proud of all you've achieved in your hard work. Okay.
If you'll turn in your prayer books now to page 256, we're going to return the Torah to the Ark. As we do so, we'd like to invite up Michael Homayan and Rita Rodef to open the Ark for us. And ask that you please all rise as we approach the Ark.
Thank you, God, for helping me succeed through all the obstacles I have overcome in being a bar mitzvah.
When I didn't think I could finish my Torah chanting, you were there helping me and guiding me through the way. Although I cannot see you, I can feel that you're always there for me, and I can feel like I can talk to you whenever I need you the most. Now that I am a bar mitzvah, I'm excited to learn more about Judaism. I'm excited to be a part of Jewish communities and help people feel welcome, and also have fun with it too. I personally think I can add to the fun for Jewish communities. For example, creating fun activities to help people feel more comfortable and to help bond with each other. I hope to keep Judaism and God with me as I move forward as a bar mitzvah. I would like to thank my parents for everything they have done for me along the way of being a bar mitzvah. Mom, everything I do, you have always been there for me, and I love you so much. Dad, you're like my peanut butter to my jelly sandwich. And you always make me laugh. Gio, even though you give me tough love sometimes, I know that you will always help me along the way, and I love you for doing that. Giselle, you are such an amazing sister, and I appreciate everything you do for me. To my friends, you have always supported me no matter what I do, and I hope to be friends with you forever. To Susan, Cantor Shapiro, Rabbi Lutz, and Ze'evi, you always make me feel comfortable and happy when I step into your office, and I hope to see you more often. Thank you for helping me prepare for being bar mitzvah. Especially thank you to everyone for coming to share this moment with me.
It's Chaim here, למחזיקים בה, ותומך והוא שר דרכיה, דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו
Please be seated. So Noah, how are you doing?
Good.
How you feeling? Good? You have done a beautiful job of leading us in worship today, which is just an example of the care and concern that you have for what you do and for all of us, which I want to say a word about. Sometimes I think as much as we pick a Torah portion or we pick a time of year, sometimes I think it kind of picks us as well. How appropriate that your bar mitzvah falls in Sukkot. Because what is Sukkot really all about? It comes at the end of the high holidays. We have spent all this time sitting in sanctuaries, thinking about the kind of person we want to be, thinking about what's really most important to us, and we end the holiday by going out into the Sukkah and celebrating. What do we celebrate? We celebrate each other. We celebrate family. We celebrate community. We celebrate our friends. And the theme of this whole day for you has been family, friends, community, how important all of that is to you. And as you beautifully and wisely expressed in your words, it is in all of those places, it is in the people that surround you, the people that love you and care for you, is where you find God. You find God around you in all sorts of ways. And it takes people like you, Noah. We need many people like you who can look out and look at others and look at them and see God's face, look at them and see God's presence around them, wanting to make the world a better place through whether it's collecting food and giving food to those who are more needy, or clothes, or whatever it is, good sportsmanship on the soccer field, it doesn't matter. It is that expression of care and concern, and you exhibit that in what you do, in the care and concern that you take. And that indeed is the blessing. I talked about the Torah that we carry. That's the Torah that you carry. That's the Torah that you give and with which you bless everyone else. And I pray you will continue to do that for many years to come. It has been such a blessing to get to know you as you have started this journey, and I look forward to continuing to know you as you continue that journey. And as you continue that journey, we're going to ask for God's blessing upon you, that God may continue to be a presence that you feel around you, supporting you, loving you, a source of compassion and concern, as your dad mentioned about your name, Noach, right? Compassion and concern for the world around you, that you may feel God's concern and compassion and love and blessings as well. So now we're going to go in front of the ark where the cantor is going to share some words with you first, and then Rabbi Feinstein is going to join us as we offer you God's blessing. Please rise. Watch over you.
May God stream divine light upon you and be gracious also to you.
God's face be lifted towards you, always Noah blessing you with the greatest of God's gift, the gift of shalom, the gift of wholeness, the gift of peace. If you'll remain standing and turn to page 282 in your prayer books, we'll join together there in the Aleinu.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל
You remain standing. You remain standing and turn to page 294. We turn there to words of remembrance, the Kaddish. With these words, we sanctify the memories of those whose shoulders we stand upon, those who walked the path of life before us. And we are reminded, as we say these words, of the blessings that they continue to share with us, the light that continues to shine from their lives through ours into the world, especially when we sanctify life, when we carry our blessings into the world. As we each remember our own loved ones, we remember especially two who were so important and precious to Noah, to his family, Abel Fidel Ferrero, and Ana Julia Bonici de Ferrero, as we remember them and each our own loved ones. We say, Zichronam Livracha. May their memories be always a source of blessing. We join together. Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Ba'alma Divrach Hirutei V'Amlich Malchutei, B'chayechon Uvyomechon, B'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Ubizman Kariv V'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Amaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudsha Richu. Le'ilah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma be'imru amen. Yehei shlamat rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. May the source of peace help us to find the peace and wholeness we each seek in our own lives, and to become a source of peace and wholeness and healing for our world. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. You want to take this? We're going to come down here. We turn now to Havdalah, with which we shall conclude our worship here in the sanctuary this afternoon. Havdalah is a ceremony of separation. The word Havdalah means, in fact, separation. And we mark the separation between the sacred time of Shabbat and the ordinary time of the rest of the week with these symbols that you see in front of you. We first have a Kiddush cup. Who would like to hold the Kiddush cup? There we go. The fruit of the vine, the sweetness of the fruit of the vine is how we welcomed Shabbat. We tasted the sweetness on our lips as an expression of the hope that it would be a sweet day. And certainly, Noah, you have helped to make it a very sweet day for all of us who have celebrated with you here this afternoon. We taste that sweetness again as we take leave of Shabbat, that we may take some of the sweetness of this day with us as we enter into a new week. Secondly, there is the aroma of the spices, a really interesting symbol, because an aroma is something you can't see or touch, but if you breathe it in, you know it's there. And it reminds us, the aroma of the spices reminds us of all those things that give our life meaning and purpose. Many of them are things we cannot see or touch. But if we breathe them in, if we allow them into our lives, we become very aware of their presence. And lastly, there is this beautifully braided candle. Why don't you step forward a little bit here? You can kind of just hold it over this here. It's actually many wicks coming together to create one flame. And in that way, these many wicks coming together to create one flame are a reminder to us, of each of us, of what we're supposed to do. Each of us carries a spark of God's presence within us. And when we intertwine our lives, the way the wicks of this candle are intertwined, bringing our light together to bring light and blessing into the world, we make God's light shine that much more brightly in the world around us. And so we will join together in welcoming a new week as we join together in Havdalah. To join together in a Seudat Mitzvah, a mitzvah meal celebrating all that Noah has accomplished here in the sanctuary. And as we do so, we join together in Motzi and are reminded to always share our blessings with those whose lives we touch. Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Mazel tov.